So there he is, there he is, there he is. The sausage, keeping himself warm and cosy, innit? Funny little sausage dog, I love him to bits. So hello. Today I'd like to take a look at this, which is an interesting gift. It was given to my grandmother, who was born in 1887, and she left school when she was about 12, I think, or 13, and she became a parlour keep, which was someone who used to scuttle the fireplaces. And what I mean by that is she used to clean up the fireplaces. Back in the day, where she was from in Geordieland, there would basically be the central heating source was coal or wood, and that's what kept the houses. Every room had a fireplace, and her job as a tiny, well, child in a way, was to every morning maintain during the day, but every morning get up very early and clean out these sort of fireplaces. You know, I've got them myself, so I know exactly what it's like. It's heartrendingly bloody tragic, because you know, there's no such thing as easy heating. I've got one here, isn't it? It's an old boiler that you have to clean it out. It's been loaded up, ready to go, but you have to clean it all out. You have to do it all up. But in those days, there were all like brass fittings and different bits and bobs. It took hours probably each unit. And remembering that she was working as a working class woman, she was working in a middle class house, and they probably had 10 rooms with 10 fireplaces. So she'd have to work her way around every single one, and ultimately clean them all out, get them all ready, stock them all up with wood, setting it up with paper, coal, and all the rest of it. And anyway, that was her job as a kid. She eventually left the premises, well, when she was of an adolescent age, because she was going to get married to my grandfather. And as a gift, the householder that she was working for gave her this brass hearth pan, a dustpan and brush. Now I remember this from very, very young age, because I used to polish it using this thing called Brasso, which is like a wadding, and it's basically a mixture of powdered abrasives. I think in actual fact, if you look into it, it's sort of got silicon dioxide, kaolin, kaolinite, and it's all soaked in kerosene fluid and fatty acids, and an aqueous ammonia, which obviously removes the tarnish from the metal, from brass metal. So let's have a look at the squirrel. It's wonderful. It's a lovely item. I love this thing. I've got it. I used to polish this as a kid when my grandma, she died in 1982. And eventually my dad died, and my mum said, "Oh no, you must have this, because it would mean a lot from you know, your relatives on your father's side." And I just treasure it. I love it. This will be real horsehair, of course. This must have seen some hearth in the time. Obviously, it's a decorative item, and that's the little dustpan. And I still keep them polished occasionally. I've not polished it for a while, which is why it's showing its tarnish. But it's a lovely bit of kit. It was a present, as I say, a leaving gift, and it hooks like that onto there. Of course, the originals would have been 3 times the size, whatever. But as I say, Brasso is now called Duraglit. And I did buy this from Portugal recently. That's not looking very polished, is it? Hang on a minute. Polish it up, lad. Knobbly knee. So it's polished. But Duraglit. But the original Brasso came in fluid form and swadding. I think I got it swabbing or something. I can't remember. Wadding. There it is, wadding. I wonder if the wadding is going to go well between the couple on that bicycle. Anyway, you know, whatever. But now that's rusty, because that was under my dad's sink for decades, and my dad had a constantly leaking sink, and he never got a plumber in. All he used to do is just stick chewing gum on there, or some sort of whatever he could find to that's what the wadding looks like, okay? when it's not used, it's that kind of golden colour, and when it has been used, when it's taken off the tarnish, it's got that hue of it, grey blue hue to it. So, but it works very well. It's cool. Although, it's definitely got the old stink of kerosene on it. Anyway, I hope you found this of some interest. My grandma's half pan gift that she probably got when she was about she would have been about 16 or 17 when she got married. And that was the leaving gift that the kind family gave her, the middle class family that gave, because obviously she lived in a hovel until she met my grandfather, who was a sergeant in the First World War, and he made good. I actually Googled it, which is interesting, I know, off the cuff, and I'm not a kind of snob or anything, but my grandfather's house in Norwood Green today is worth £1.5 million. So the boy did good. That's a fact. And obviously, my grandma loved him to bits, and yeah, that was all good. But anyway, I'll leave you on the handsome one, and there he is. What a smasher. What are you doing now, innit? What's it sitting down? It's sitting having a laugh, innit? Jimmy, turn to the... Come on, Jim. Everyone have a look at Jim, because he's a lovely old bastard. Oh, I love this little dog. He's a lovely old boggart bastard. Chicken of Chossel, isn't it? Oh, bless you. He says, I don't like that smell, Dad, though. I don't like that smell. Got it all the possum. Got who's older with sausage? Have we got all the wiggly boxes? Who's got all the sausage? Who's got... No, he's too sleepy. He's too sleepy to play. Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching. And that's my half. I've got the same amount of work to do to clean that out. I can tell you, if you had 10 of them or 20 of them to do, what a day's work. Oh well. Back in the day, la-di-da-di-da. But no, cheers. Thanks ever so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And all the very best wishes to everyone. Cheers.